What's up, figure freaks? Welcome back to the channel. Gingervitis coming at you with another action figure review. Today we are doing the G.I. Joe Classified Series Legacy Collection Search and Rescue Firefighter. Coming around the side of the box, we got the QR code. And on the back, we got this lovely glamour shot, action shot. Looks pretty cool. We got our fireman with the jaws of life, and we got some of his fellow comrades back here working on the car with his axe out. And then, of course, we got this guy, if we can kind of focus in on that. We got a fireman helping a poor soul out of his house who is, which is ablaze. So his house is on fire. Then we got these nice little miniature pictures here. We got one of him with his mask on. We got the heat gauge, and then we got the tank. So pretty cool. Over here on the side, we got a nice little piece of art showing our firefighter in action holding the axe. And then on the front here. Now, one of the axes kind of fell out of its thing. There it is right there. It fell again and again. And here we got a nice little window display. We got two heads. We got the jaws of life. Looks like 3 axes are included. The tank, a couple mallets, helmet, and air mask. So let's crack this guy open and see what the search and rescue firefighter is all about. All right, still in the plastic molding here. This is a big figure and he comes with a lot of stuff. He actually does come with the fire blanket, which is pretty cool. And then we got the loose hatchet here. Comes with 3 axes or hatchets and then 2 of these sledgehammers, I guess you could say. He's got the jaws of life. He's got the crowbar, goggles, helmet, alt face, mask, tank. Like, he comes with a lot of stuff. And this figure is pretty hefty. He's pretty big. He's actually, everything that he comes with, as well as the figure, is so hefty and weighty that this plastic just wants to fall over. He does come with this backboard here, Legacy Collection. We don't need that. Oh, what's up, Big Joe? How you doing? So yeah, he's looking like a pretty cool figure. Let's bust this guy out of the molding. All right, we got the figure out of the packaging and all deployed and displayed. Our firefighter with all of his accessories. We got Big Hairy Al back there in the corner, all feeling dejected. Sorry, Big Al. So let's go through the accessories real quick. We got the fire blanket wrapped up. Pretty cool. We got the jaws of life. Just like Ripper. I had Ripper displayed with his jaws of life or jaws of death, whatever you want to call it. But took it away. I just thought he should be holding the rifle with the little bayonet or sickle thing at the end. That seemed like it was kind of more signature to the source material. We got the air tank here, which plugs in to the back, which is already a part of him with the vest here. We'll get into that in a moment. We got his 2 sledgehammers. Silver gunmetal at the top there, and then we got black handles, both long and short. We got the crow, the fireman's crowbar. Oh, blurry, sorry. So, I think he's definitely gonna have to be holding the crowbar. We have 3 fireman axes, 2 short, and I think they are identical. I'm pretty sure they're. And then we got the long-handled one. Same paint, same style with the blade. We got the red and the silver. We got the air mask where it unplugs up here, and then this actually plugs into his vest already affixed to the figure. We got his goggles, fireman's hat or helmet, This little flap on the back there. We got the strap. Nicely detailed. And then we got the alt head. All right. Let's get into the figure here with the articulation. Pretty nice figure, I gotta say. The paint is great. Not too many mishaps. I think there's like maybe this little piece of black down here, but that does not bother me at all. I like the shiny reflective metal silver color and the yellow. Very cool, top to bottom, down on the legs there, on the jacket, even up on the zippers, the sleeves. Otherwise, it's all black. Pants, very nice with all the pockets and stuff included up on the thigh. Same with up here. We got this little, almost like a dress or a skirt. It is a separate piece, but it is made to look like it's just part of the jacket because it hangs over. He's got all these straps and such here. We got the air tank gauge. And of course we got this little thing to plug into the mask. Articulation wise, pretty good. We have the neck articulation, so we got the ball joint at the top of the torso, so this neck turns and twists. We'll throw this head on here now. And then also, come on, there we go. This head looks up about like that, so you know there's a lot more range since there's two parts of articulation on the neck. We got the shoulder here. Goes up pretty high, look at that. Sorry, I can't talk today for some reason. I need more coffee or less coffee. Twist all the way around. Bicep swivel. We got the double jointed elbow. Pinless, of course. Pivot like that. And twist on the wrist. We got the diaphragm swivel. Little bit of twist, but then we got the twist at the waist. Does the splits with the drop downs way up here. They pop back up. Pretty smooth. Thigh cut. Also, it does twist up here at the ball joint, so you get crazy articulation. Double jointed knees. Oops, pinless. There is... you actually, oh wow, okay. You actually do get a boot cut right here, and it's lower than most boots, but you got the boot cut, and then of course you got the tilt with the rocker on the ankle. So I would say pretty damn good articulation. We can see how many poses we can get through here. If you can do some squatting. So let's kind of see what kind of range he's got. But at first glance, very nice articulation, great paint, good looking sculpts, top to bottom. Accessories are top notch, I would say. Let's get this guy loaded up and geared up, and let's see how he looks. So just kind of give you a heads up, you know, you do have the goggles, which slide on very nicely. And then, of course, you got the mask, but you're not going to do the mask and the goggles, for God's sakes. But the mask, everything goes on, like, really well. And then you're going to plug in this right here. Come on now. And then this guy wants to pop out. Look at that. Oops. Cruddy. What's going on here? All right, so we got the mask back intact, but I'm gonna undo it because we're gonna try to put the helmet on here on top of the mask. So you do have this strap. What you can do is just kind of put it on the back, the strap, and just kind of slide the hat on like so. So there's the strap back here. Oops. And so instead of putting it on this way, you can do it just like this. Boom. And he's set. Looks pretty awesome. But if you want, you can make it all legit, because you know you gotta strap up if you're going into a fire. I think, let's see, is this gonna work? Oh, maybe not. Let's see here, let's try it one more time. All right, so if you, I just went with the strap in the back, like so. I'm sure if you wanted to muscle it and stretch it a little bit, you could get the strap under the chin, but this is way too big. So you get the strap down here, and getting the helmet over all the way to the back of the head like that is, it's gonna take some struggle bus, you know, but maybe later on I'll do it. But for now, for review purposes, I'm just gonna, I don't like taking the easy way out, but I'm just gonna do it this time, just so I don't break anything. That's always a fear of mine. But yeah, this tube does, after I think it's meant to come out, but like it just pops out like that, and then you just pop it back in, and easier said than done, but okay, I got it. Thank you. So there you go. He looks ready to go, and I like this figure a lot. This is a great looking figure. Now the next question is what do you want him holding? Am I gonna be using the Jaws of Life? It takes up a lot of room in the display. It can kind of counterbalance and put extra added weight in an area that will make him topple over. So there's that. So I'm just going to pass, and it's going to sit very nicely next to Ripper's Jaws of Life, and probably will stay there for eternity. Of course, we do have to attach the air tank again. You look around on the backside, it fits like a glove. Almost is like a casket shape to it, or like it could be a shaker. If you're like shaking some drinks, but you just pop it on like that, and it's set and ready to go. You're all plugged in, so it kind of works its way over here, gives them air. You got the gauge over here. This figure is looking spectacular, honestly. This might be, I don't know if I'll give it top 10 overall. It's a possibility, but as far as Joes go, this is probably going to hit top 10. What they could have done to improve this guy is a big question I like to ask. And, well, I don't know, honestly. I mean, I could think of a bunch of little nitpicks here and there. Maybe a different color, or, maybe the pants could be kind of like a bluish color, with the stripe down the side or something like that, but they did it the way they did it. I'm not gonna bitch about it. I'm not going to a fucking pizza place and crying because they don't have hamburgers, so they did a good job. I think we got 3 axes, 2 mallets or sledgehammers, and a crowbar. I think a crowbar has to be in there. So he's gonna have that. And I could give this to one of my Triple H figures. Gosh. I think I'm gonna go with the long-handled mallet or sledgehammer, just because barbecue is holding on to a big old axe. So this guy is, banging on doors and prying stuff open. So maybe the sledgehammer is in need. Now, one thing I love about Joe's is most of the accessories will be able to be planted or stored on the figure. Not the case with this guy, I don't think. I don't think there's any little secret areas where you can like hang up a axe or anything like that. Does this plug in somewhere? I don't think so. So with that, let's put these guys in his hands. And let him go to work. There we go. And he grips them very tightly. I mean, it's nice. Let's have this guy kind of out like that. Really nice looking figure, I gotta say. So I'll just give this guy an 8 right off the bat. I like this figure a lot. Not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. I mean, it looks super fluid. The paint is great. Accessories great. Not much room for improvement here, I would say. It's getting an 8, and that's it. So let's go into comparisons. Get all these accessories knocked back here. Maybe I'll give somebody a blanket. Maybe we'll give it to poor old the big hairy guy back there. So if we're doing comparisons, we got the firefighter. So the logical guy that he's going to be hanging out with is probably barbecue. We got barbecue here. One of my favorites as a kid. He's got the air tanks. He's got the axe. He's got the hose. Really awesome figure. So. And another fire guy for the Joes that we just got, Blowtorch. Except he's the guy setting fires. Or setting people on fire, maybe. I don't know. Is he that kind of a guy? But he does have the blowtorch. So every once in a while, these guys are going to be like, no, no, no now. Naughty, naughty. Don't be setting fires, buddy. Listen to Smokey the Bear. Then if we're going to talk about some Cobra guys, in name, we got Firefly. So we got a bunch of fire guys on the Joe's side, and we got Firefly. And this is the original Cobra Island version. With the TNT dynamite, makeshift bomb. Pretty wicked. I think he's got some Valaverse guns. All right, let's put these guys in the back here. We're going to bring some Marvel Legends. And, oh, I forgot. This guy. Now, Marvel Legends, when you think of fire, you think of who? Human Torch, or maybe Sunfire. Gosh, who else is there? I don't know, but I took some less popular guys. We got Pyro from the Pyro Rogue 2-pack. I actually really like this figure, and it was a much needed update of the old Pyro, which I think was Toy Biz, and that figure was ridiculous. But here we got the newer Pyro. This figure's probably still like 4 years old, but I love this figure. Love the tubing that go from this little backpack there over to his wrists. Accessories. These fire flame effects were made to be put on his fist, but I don't think his powers work like that. I think I just put this on because maybe the plug-in wasn't working, but I plugged it in on this one. I'm not really sure if they're meant to do that, but that's what I prefer, because if he gets hit by fire, he's going to burn like anybody else, you know. Oh, God damn it. I'm sorry, guys. Don't mean to swear, but I guess it's going on the fist. All right, well, there we got Pyro. And then, of course, we got a Herald of Galactus. Uh-oh. It's Fire Lord with the same fire effects and his fire staff, which I think is pretty cool, although it's very wobbly. I wish he had a firmer grip, kind of like our firefighter guy does. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, let's bring in some DC guys. Firestorm and Starfire. Firestorm from the DC Universe Classics by Mattel, and Starfire from the DC Multiverse, also from Mattel. It was their later, I'd say, more or less fortunate toy line, but still, Mattel's getting the DC Universe back. And I'm pretty excited. I hope we get some 6-inch figures to match up with these guys. I love the DC Universe Classics. I wasn't really a huge fan of the McFarlane stuff. So. And finally, I got Triple H, just because he's got a big old sledgehammer, and I kind of wanted to make comparisons and see how they match up. Looking pretty close, except for the Mattel one. The Triple H one has the wood coloring of the handle that goes all the way through the mallet part, where here we do not. So, a little more attention to detail over here on the right. But anyways, am I going to dock points for that? Nah. Two separate companies. They do it differently. The Triple H one is much bigger. So, yeah. Again, giving this guy an 8. Really nice figure. There's not too much to improve on. I really feel like this figure is very strong. It's too bad they kind of had to throw the police officer Legacy Collection action figure on the back burner because of what's going on in the world. You know, it's too bad. I think Hasbro didn't handle it the greatest. The Gijoe team, you know, kind of dropped the ball, but what else could they do, I guess? I mean, they could have, like, just left that part out, and, you know, it is what it is. Were we going to get, well, we got some new announcements. I don't know if you guys knew about that, but it was just today. We got, like, Wetsuit and Sci-Fi, a couple other figures. Were they going to be announced during Yojo June? Or, you know, was that part of the display? Was that part of the presentation? And since they scrapped that day, they scrapped those reveals. I don't know. So, yeah, please like, subscribe, drop a comment if you like. I recommend picking this guy up if you can now. I don't know what the status is on the Pulse. I'm sure he's available, but a lot of things do sell out there. We'll see you on the next one. We got Tongaloa coming up. We got Footloose. We got the new Marvel Legends Silver Surfer from the Fantastic Four movie, and on and on and on. So we'll see you in a couple. All right, guys. Peace out. Hey, Firelord. Hey, I just wanted to say I really love the way your fire comes out of your head. It's almost like hair or something. It's pretty cool. So, you know, like mine looks like a nuclear silo about to explode. So, just saying, man, good on you.